But as long as y'all see a difference, that's fine. Let's go to.
Good evening and welcome to Stupid O'Clock News. I'm Lewis Lee, and I'll be damned if Alabama didn't just take the lead back by 10 points. A moon by any other name shines just as brightly. More so than at any time in history, there are any number of names for certain lunar phenomena. It used to just be blue moon, harvest moon, but lately there's a whole new stable of names to choose from. So many, it's hard to keep up, to be honest. This month, for example, the full moon on October 1st was called a harvest moon, rightfully, because it was the first full moon, the full moon closest to the autumnal equinox. But here's where it gets ridiculous. The Proxygean moon is one that you barely see, as it's a waning moon only lit 3%. Outside of October, we've seen supermoons, blood moons, micromoons, many moons, too many moons to keep up with, but there's one name change I think I can get behind. At the end of this month, we'll get another full moon on October 31st. A second full moon in a calendar month is typically called the blue moon. But this year, since it falls on Halloween night, I think I'll call it a boo moon. That's news. Now on with the show.
I like that.
A boo moon.
That doesn't need a drum solo or a good night, everybody. That's a good one. I got to give you some claps on that one.
Thank you. And it wasn't a made up story. I mean, that's all these different names for the moons. Do you all remember that? I mean, I remember when it was just blue moon, the second full moon of the month, and harvest moon.
Yeah.
But I mean, they got these super moons and blood moons, and I can't keep up.
Well, I'm going to start bringing people in, and I'm just feeling like going in a different order. So we're bringing in
Skunky Poo
and Blake and Heather and Dan. How are y'all doing tonight, guys?
I'm here.
Doing just fine. Blake, you were trying to ask me a question.
No, that was the thing we did the fix before the show.
Oh,
that was a question.
So, and now, because he's looking all grumpy, I'm gonna bring bring Grumpy in because they
Always look grumpy.
You do.
He's eating something. He's not grumpy.
It's your Arlie Ermy-esque eyebrows, I think.
You have
Those are
I mean, a
attack
couple more
eyebrows.
You had this
Tactical. They're
concerned, confused look.
I was trying to think of, I was actually thinking about Lewis's news story about all the different moons.
All the moons.
Yeah.
When I
There
was a kid, we had a Sun Young moon, but nobody wanted him. So, no.
And there's a Moon Soleil Fry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a Moon Unit Zappa.
Yep.
Oh, no, she's all right.
And there's a blue moon over Kentucky, but
And there's a Reverend Moon.
Then there's Blue Moon.
That's a Sun Young moon guy.
Oh, Sun Young. Oh, okay.
And then Blue Moon the beer.
And the Reverend Moon that married all those couples.
Yeah, that was the one.
Oh,
that,
Sun Young.
Moon.
Sun
Yeah.
Young
Sun
Moon.
Young Moon. Yeah.
You're right.
And then there's that other guy, Sun Young Moon, who married all those couples. And nobody remembers.
And then wasn't the
And
professional football player?
I'm having to
Heather
watch-
is amazed by the Alabama-Georgia game.
I know. I'm having to watch the Alabama-Georgia game because LSU can't play this weekend because Florida is disease-ridden and the Saints are on a bye week. So I'm footballless this weekend.
I just want to see Georgia beat Alabama.
I know. Everybody does. Even some Alabama fans.
I think there are people that just want to see somebody beat Alabama. Does anybody?
Yeah.
They don't care.
It could be a local high school.
Well, okay, except for Auburn. They don't want to see Auburn beat Alabama. Let's be fair. Hey, I know that several of you are gigantic nerds.
Where?
Wait, us?
Who said that?
Nerd.
whoever gave you that idea?
As in, you're not just people that are into science fiction. You like to play out your science fiction and fantasy scenarios in role-playing games. Am I wrong?
It's been a minute, but yeah.
I think some of you have delved into the world of darkness and dungeons and dragons, and maybe you've even delved into some dragons. I have no idea what you're into. Your role-playing fantasies are your own. But I have found something super cool today that I think will tickle the itch of anybody who is into role-playing games.
We're all
Pregnant pause.
ears.
Check this out.
Hero Forge, yes. Oh,
Look,
yeah.
I made a little me.
That is a skunk.
Okay.
Hero
Now,
Forge is pretty
you
awesome.
You might be thinking, what's the point of this? If I go
It's
to
a
buy,
skunk.
And he
What?
called us nerds.
excuse me, Joe?
I said it's skunk.
Oh,
That was John that says
no,
that he
I
calls
thought
us.
I thought you
And he
said
called us
something
nerds.
else.
Um,
I thought you said something else, and I was about to get really upset.
Oh,
No, I said it's a skunk.
All right, just let me finish what I'm saying, please.
All right.
So anyway, if you notice when I went to buy, the little dice appeared on the side because that's to show you for scale. You can order
Yeah,
these.
that's
They will
awfully small.
Well, they will 3D print these little miniatures, and you have all these different options. You can get them in just plain plastic, so you can paint them yourself. You can get them in the premium plastic.
are
They'll
those-
actually color them for you.
what are they,
right.
15 millimeter or
No,
something?
usually 33.
30 millimeter.
Oh, 30.
30 millimeter. You can put them on a 1-inch base. That's the most common scale for tabletop miniatures. You can also get them in bronze, and you can download them separately as your own digital files and print them yourself. Yeah, so I thought this was pretty neat. I've been screwing around with it just because the character creator itself is so much fun. Like, if you start a new character, it just gives you a basic human character. You just go through all the options. You can choose the species, and then, let's say, oh yeah, I'm gonna make a half orc. Yeah, half orcs are cool, right? Then you go to head.
You go half orc.
You can choose all these different head.
Never go half orc.
Look,
Oh,
you
wow.
can make a zombie
half
half
orc, you
orc.
never go back.
You could make it, maybe it's a more feminine half orc.
Ooh,
Maybe
more feminine half orc.
big nose, maybe he's just more, more handsome. You could choose the different kind of ears. You could go through the hair. You could choose all the options. And it gets even better because you might be thinking, well, that's great if you're into Dungeons and Dragons, but what if I'm into other stuff, When you go to
like
choose
Star Trek.
when you go to choose like the clothing options and stuff like that, you go up here and you could choose fantasy, modern, western, sci-fi.
Mhm.
And of course, you can mix all of them together too. You don't have to keep the same options, right? So if you wanted to mix Western and sci-fi and do a Serenity sort of thing, you could totally do that. But this will limit it to just the sci-fi options, you know? And yeah, so I don't really see anything too Star Trek-y in here. Maybe this. Kind of Star Trek-y almost. Not really.
Yeah,
But,
Okay.
a little
What
bit.
about Traveler?
Except for the rope
curiosity.
belt, you know.
well, you could do like a big trench coat.
Oh, wow.
Body armor in there, but
Body armor, yeah. You've got
Body armor would be in between sci-fi and modern because they have
yeah,
flat
modern.
jackets.
They've got you do stuff like this.
Yeah, I have about 20 characters saved on this already.
It's pretty neat. It's pretty awesome. I really like it. I've been messing around with it. I think it's a lot of fun.
The great thing is, once you download that STL file for like, nice, under the sea, baby. But once you download an STL file, you could literally put one together that was human size if you really wanted to.
I like just the piece of
Too
wood.
much.
Yeah, the piece of wood's a lot of fun.
it's an orc bra. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the fact that you can have the male figure and put female clothes on it. That makes me so happy. You normally with a character creator thing like this, it wouldn't let you do stuff like that. She's ready, man. She's ready for Night on the Town.
Ready to party.
Carl says he so needs an Uncle Carl figure.
Hey,
I dated her in Berlin. Wait a minute.
go to heroforge.com and
Yep.
for
Let's see the different poses.
Oh,
Yeah.
the poses are great.
Oh,
well,
they
first of all, I just want to point out the mounts. Of course, you have the pony, you know, and you have a horse, but you also have a motorcycle, and then you have a futuristic motorcycle. So that's
Cool.
really fun. You get like the whole Tron thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, under poses, you got all sorts of, you know, so you can control literally every part of the pose. You choose one to start off with,
Mhm.
right?
then you go to
So-
advanced.
If you wanted something like this, right? Give him, you know, we'll give him a little angry face,
Mm.
a little snarl to him, right?
You can even adjust the level of snarl.
Yeah. And then under advanced, you can start moving, like, you can't move his legs around because they're attached to the base, but you can move like the hands and stuff. So you could, you know, you get the hands exactly where you want
Man.
them to be.
Bring
something else.
And you could do, you could actually control it like this much too. You could go with the little,
Wow.
precise controls,
Mm-hmm.
turn his head and stuff.
And,
You know.
and you can
Now-
download the file and print
I
it.
imagine that's for weapons.
You can print it yourself, or you can have them print it. Oh yeah, weapons. Oh,
I mean,
well, I
for
didn't even know
$20 for a
here.
plastic one, that's not bad.
Yeah, and it's
Arm
like
him with machetes. Look, you can do a chainsaw.
Yeah, I was about to say, are those chain swords down there on the bottom?
These are chain swords.
There
Yeah.
you go. They got to have chain swords right now. There you go. That's an orc.
Look at the look that he's doing right now too. Look at the look. It's just like, yeah, of course we have chain
What?
swords.
What? It's legal.
nice.
It's registered.
And then the really cool part is you can do the colors. Now, if you want to be, you know, super lazy about it, they've already have pre-done options. You just choose them and it does the work for you.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, this part's fairly new.
But if you go into paint, you can actually go through and choose the individual parts. So it's like, I don't like the color of that bodice. You know, I want to have it something else. I wanted to, this is a more modern setting. Let's do denim. And you can just go through and paint it all. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, now he's Tennessee Titan colors.
Exactly. Like Tennessee countryside colors.
Yeah.
And the cool part is you don't have to, like, it says like, oh, here's the wood colors. You don't have to use them for wood. You can use them for the ropes, you know?
Uh-huh.
They do good rope colors with this.
No, the
Really
darker
cool.
orange skirt look nice.
And they also have these other ones like flame.
Wait a minute. Do they have schoolgirl uniforms?
I didn't see, but I mean they've got everything
All
else.
right,
So I wouldn't be
John.
We know where
surprised.
this is going now.
Yeah.
Sailor
it's-
Orc.
An orc in a schoolgirl uniform with a chainsword is that's like a Japanese comic book series right there.
Then
But
you
like-
can have
this is so you got this like machete here. Yeah, machetes are cool, but what if it was a laser machete? Laser machete. You can even go down here, and we could give it a chrome handle. Hell yeah!
All right.
So this is just something I've been playing around with all day since I discovered it, and I think it's really cool. I think it's a lot of fun. If anybody else is, I don't know about a fez. I don't know.
Oh, they gotta have a fez.
I know they have a football helmet.
Let me check. Go ahead.
Fez and a bow tie.
They had a chef's hat, so.
Go ahead, put a top hat on him.
Top hat.
I'm looking for fez though. I want to see if there's a fez. I mean, they've got everything else. I would be so shocked.
Samurai helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a top hat.
Oh,
We're getting
there.
close. There it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fez.
Just that.
Yep.
Is that
No,
fez?
that's a cooking pot.
Close enough.
Close enough.
Well, paint it red and it'll look like a fez.
Really maroon red, and it'd be a fez.
Make sure the handle's always behind him.
Now, is this our stupid o'clock mascot?
Yeah, we go into. Hold on, I want to see about that. Cloth, scarlet. Yeah, it kind of looks like a fez.
Yeah.
Use a darker color.
Close enough. Yeah, a little
Darker
bit
red?
darker red.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
That one. Yeah.
Yeah,
there we go.
You
The
got
only
it
problem
there.
is that there was a pillbox. I saw a pillbox under hats. That might actually work a little bit better. I was just so shocked. There's not an
There's
actual
so many options on this thing. They said something like 6.2 billion makeups. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, combinations. Yeah, there's the football helmet he was talking about.
Yeah.
Then you can do
Hey,
Yeah,
look
the fez right
what's
there.
that?
The
Like you
tassel.
can see where I'm pointing.
right
Yeah,
here.
the one with the tassel. No, to the right.
To the right. That
There you
one.
go.
Whoa. That's like a Chinese.
Oh, that's
cap
that's a Khan.
Yeah.
That's a Mongolian. Like
That's
Genghis
what the
Khan.
pillbox looks like. Yeah, that's the thing. I cannot believe there's not a fez, but they are constantly updating this, as Blake was saying. So they'll probably add a fez in the future.
Oh, and goggles too.
Oh yeah,
They had a steampunk.
Yeah, they have a whole.
Go up
Yeah,
one.
they have a whole
Yeah, the top
steampunk
hat and
section.
goggles.
Yeah,
Up one, up one, up
There you
one.
go.
there
To
you
the
go.
left. There you go.
there we
Yeah.
go.
Oh, rather dapper. And the lenses glow.
Nice.
Yeah, that was one of the cool things about it is you could go in here and do you can make them glow blue, like that side. You could do this. This is cool. The burning orange with the blue as the highlight on the sides.
Yeah.
This green one right here,
Golly.
blue and yellow. And then they also have just like you could just do the gems, which gives it like a metallic look to it. And then
Yeah.
under glass, there's a few options that look a little bit more like glass, and then you have like mad science green.
Mhm.
Stuff like that. It's totally customizable. That's why I like it so much. And like I said, you could once you get it fully customized the way you want it, you can order it.
Mm-hmm. And you can take screenshots and stuff to show your friends. So, ladies and gentlemen, show us what you think the Stupid O'Clock mascot should be from Hero Forge, and send it to Joe.
And if you get the pro version, there's actually a thing for that where you could do the token and portrait booth where it'll take a bunch of PNGs and stuff like that for the character. You don't have to, if you want to spend the money. And once you start getting into this stuff, it is a bit expensive, but if you only buy like one thing, it's it's something you've completely customized, so it's not like it's gonna really.
How much does the
make that
figure?
much.
How much does the figure run?
Like the download's $8 if you have your own 3D printer.
Yeah, the
20?
unpainted plastic
Yeah.
is $20, but
$20
the painted
for
plastic
unpainted.
$45. So
Yeah, 45 for one. Remember, that's one figure.
Yeah.
The bronze is $100, by the way.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to point out that if you have some gamers in your family, this could be a very interesting Christmas gift for them.
Yeah.
But it would be hard to figure out what to get.
Or you can literally make them as their own
Do
character.
they have gift certificates? That
I mean,
might be
that is one of the things that when I was messing around, I hang out with a bunch of furries, so I was making all the different furry characters on our Discord server. Like, here's Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
And then like
How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop?
this is my buddy Plastic. I think it's funny that you can order Plastic Fox in plastic. That'd be hilarious.
Little meta.
Yeah. This is our friend. Y'all remember Mythos?
Mm-hmm. Spinning image.
It took a while to find a hairstyle that was close enough to his to work.
Looks kind of like Fritz, actually.
Does a little bit. You know, so
Mostly around the glasses.
this is our friend Grassy. She's a big old Australian dragon, so she had to have the goggles. And I painted her nails because I thought that would be funny. But yeah, so this was it was something I discovered today. I actually discovered it because I was goofing around on Reddit and people were talking about like, hey, Hero Forge got an update. All like every fandom related thing on Reddit was all Hero Forge got an update today and we're all making new characters. And it was like, what is Hero Forge? And then when I clicked on it, I was like, oh, this is too much fun.
And now this is exactly what I'm doing when the show's over.
And Heather looks like the game is not going well.
Down by
It is not
167.
41-24.
They just sacked the QB.
And that
Why'd
just
they fire him?
Skunk just totally derailed my plan for the show tonight.
What was your plan for the show tonight, Joe?
Were you going to show Hero Forge too?
I found I heard a comment today that sort of upset me.
Imagine that.
Joe being upset?
It's a politically correct term that upset me. Non-plant-based protein.
Meat.
Yeah. To not offend the vegans. It's no they don't call it meat anymore. It's non-plant-based protein.
I don't give a flying shit what the vegans want. I'm having meat.
Let's hold up. Let's be 100% completely clear about this, and I want everybody to understand this. I have fallen victim to this trap before of seeing something and thinking that it's so outrageous, but it's something that's so believable that you fall for it. I'm telling you right now.
No, that sounds like some agenda that somebody.
I know a lot. It might be something that somebody's attempting, but here's the thing. I know a lot of vegans and vegetarians, and they might not want you to consume meat in front of them, but they're not going to call it non-whatever, and they're not going to ask you to call it that either. If you've ever met a vegan, they love to use the word meat. They will specifically point out the fact that the same meat that you have on a plate is exactly the same meat that you're going to be shoveling into your mouth later. It's all the animal byproduct. You know, you are made of meat. They want to point that out. They want to make you feel bad about it. If it's like George Carlin said, you know, if you add too many syllables, it takes the shock. Soft language. They're not going to do that. So if you were to do the whole, it's non-plant-based protein or whatever, right? That's awesome. Softening the terminology. You know, it's the difference between shell shock and post-traumatic stress disorder. You know what I'm saying? Like it takes the damage of it. And also I want to point out that non-plant-based protein, right? Non-plant-based protein is a scientific term. It's specific. If somebody's if they're using that term to quote unquote describe anything that's not plants, you know, to refer to meat byproducts specifically, then they're using the term incorrectly, because the term is supposed to be to point out if there is a non-plant-based protein byproduct that is specifically protein that comes from meat, but not specifically that it comes from plants, that is included in something, you know. So
it came from a vegan YouTube page.
Well, but you can't believe anything that those idiots say anyway. Look,
who's smart enough to use YouTube anyway?
How do you miss a 35-yard field goal?
Don't fucking.
I don't know.
It's
Just like that.
They shouldn't have. They really shouldn't have.
That was ridiculous.
It's
Hey.
anxiety.
well,
Okay.
put the game on so we can watch it. That's what you guys want to talk about.
Oh,
I was
How do you
just
mess-
making
How do you
mention
mess
to,
up hiking the
Heather.
ball and
You've
giving
had,
it
you've had
a
the floor for 30
touchdown?
minutes.
No, I'm just saying. I want
There.
to see the game. It'd be nice. I don't get to watch
Nice,
the
just
game.
gonna chill out and not see anything because of polarized lenses.
I'm
Goose.
Are those
I'm channeling my inner skunk.
There you go. Are those? If you're doing that, that's probably a bad idea if you're watching football.
No, it's
Those
they're
Ray-Bans?
actually Ray-Bans.
Yeah, so legit Ray-Ban.
Ray-Ban Wayfarers.
How much it does cost you?
Nothing.
He stole them. Congratulations, buddy.
They came in a box from China, complete with the case and I thoroughly sterilized them before I put them on because I didn't order them. And according to the invoice attached, it was $15. I checked all my credit cards, my check card. Nothing for $15 has gone through in the last 6 months, and that's how far back you have to check for anything coming from China. And so I figure, it's a present.
well, if you
Never had a true set of Ray-Bans, so
now, if you receive something that you didn't order and it was addressed to you,
yeah, it was
is-
addressed to me.
it is considered a gift.
It's yours. Yeah.
But of course, now I can't run for politics because they'll say I've been receiving gifts from the Chinese.
True.
That was the plan.
This is
That's the plan.
That's how they got
They just
you.
wanted to ruin my political ambitions, which
Yeah,
were
well, there goes your chance of being the mayor of Rossville.
well, I don't actually live in Ross. I am 1 block out of the city limits.
Yes.
Believe it or not, I did consider running because the current mayor is a
And this
bit
is
of a shithead.
You have to actually live within the city limits. You guys remember
Yeah.
with Paul Lee, the first time Paul Lee tried to run for mayor of Ringgold.
Yep.
They told him he couldn't do it because he didn't live within the city limits. And so he had to, between elections, he had to get a house within the city limits, and he had to live there. And he
6
lived
months, I
there.
believe.
Yeah, it was for 6 months at least. He had to a cumulative time stay in that house for at least 6 months. And they kept an eye on that too because they knew what he was. The city council knew what he was trying to do, so they kept an eye on that. And sure enough, he stayed there like a year.
Well, the city of Chattanooga lost one of their council members.
Yeah.
Marty.
Marty Rutherford. Yeah. Same reason. She lived in a nice neighborhood, but she ran in a shitty neighborhood.
And she claimed it was because of a zoning or not zoning,
Redistricting.
redistricting.
Yeah.
Is there any reason we put Dan in the gulag?
Well, he went away.
There he is.
Look
I
who's
went
back.
to get another beer.
Back
Oh.
again.
Dan, all you got to do is push that stop cam button and mute your mic, and you can get up, walk away. When you come back, start everything. Click it back on.
And then
That
I
way
don't
we don't
have to
have to
wait
keep
for
you
you to notice me.
Yeah. The thing is, Dan, there are 3 other people sitting there with powers to bring you back in, and they bitch at me.
It's a conspiracy.
I was
Dan.
waiting on him to get settled.
Yeah. I was
So
just
But
wondering
yeah.
if
that's
there was
going to
a,
take another
Also-
20 or 30 years.
Oh, no.
If-
Oh.
You click the discontinue camera thing. Don't forget to click the mute your mic thing when you go away.
or we can hear you go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Okay.
If you can hear me
Chattanooga
go to the
old
bathroom
timers,
through
do
2
y'all
closed
remember-
doors,
Y'all remember Stephen Roof on Channel 12?
Yes.
He's a professor now at Southern Adventist. But I was on a shoot with him one time, and it was in the winter. He had a bad cold. and we were doing a stand-up. This is his on-camera portion, and he says, "Excuse me, I'm going to go blow my nose before we get started." And so he goes to this nearby bathroom, and he had his wireless mic.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing him blow his nose, and oh man, and then it's quiet for a second, and now I hear a stream.
And it wasn't the sink.
And then a little toot.
Yeah, because standing at the urinal, all men fart.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it.
Yeah, but I heard everything, and then when he comes out of the bathroom, I'm just laughing my ass off. He says, "What's funny?" I said, "You are. Just get in front of the camera."
Be like, you're a great guy. Get in front.
Yeah.
Well,
He was a great guy. He's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. But yeah, he was the original absent-minded professor, and now that he's a real professor, it's all the funnier.
Was it Fort Oglethorpe's city council that one of the council members went to the bathroom and took the mic with him?
It's happened in several cities that I've seen on YouTube. I don't remember
It happened
about.
just recently. Is what I can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a judge do it here in Nashville not too long ago.
Yeah, that would be really embarrassing during a city council meeting and everything's over the PA.
Yeah, it was over. I saw the video. It was the mayor of some little town up north. He went to the bathroom, and you could hear the, and you hear,
Man.
and it just went on and on and on. And he walked back in, and everybody looked at him. He's like, "What?" And they lost it.
Nice.
He walked past one of the ladies, and he "What's going on?" She leaned over and she said, and you could still hear her say it, go, "Your mic is on." And you could just see the, oh,
Okay.
shit.
These things, they happen. That was why I gave up the Bluetooth microphone early on in our experiments with this particular channel. Because I kept forgetting to take it off when I left the room.
And guys, when your wife sends you a boob picture, that's really not what you're expecting.
Hey, that's all the details.
Completely.
You know
You
that
can
won't
see
be
every
now.
blood vessel, man. That's hot.
Look what you've done, Skunk. Carl is playing with
As a boob
Hero
bottle.
for.
Yeah, I think it even has a little X's and skull on it and everything.
Oh yeah, no, you could totally get booze bottles for sure. You can get broken booze bottles as weapons for your characters too.
Oh yeah, they even have like a fake Klingon dagger, stuff like that. No bathlet that I saw though yet.
Yeah.
But do they have a Dos Equis bottle?
I'm pretty sure you could paint it to be whatever you wanted to be if you got the unpainted.
Well, it'd be kind of hard to add in that small a detail on a, 30 millimeter figure?
Yeah, but if you get the STL, you can make it one like yay big if you wanted to.
Well,
It'd take,
yeah,
like,
if you get
6
the
days.
download, yeah, you can make it a foot tall or whatever. However big a printer you got.
Yeah, I was considering that for just having like a little statue in the house. Get a friend to print it out for me and I'll pay him for it kind of deal. All right, besides the football not being so amazing, what else is going on with everyone?
I turned it off.
Yes.
There's no way
40,
George is going to
41,
catch them now.
24, and 47 seconds left in the game.
They had them, man.
9 onside kick returns
In
9 of
47 seconds.
in 47 seconds.
That kind of stretches the realm of
And
possibility
the thing that kicked
just a bit.
that ticks me off is Saban was on the sidelines the same week he was testing positive for COVID.
Well, he came back with 2 negative tests in a row.
Which makes me
And
wonder.
how much did that cost?
Not near as much as they pay the referees. He probably saved money.
Yeah, I applied to be a NCAA referee. I'm legally blind with my glasses off. Can I be a ref now? And they denied me. So I don't know. I guess I
You're
needed 2 eye
overqualified.
I'm overqualified. Did 2 eye patches.
Or you'd have to turn your back.
Well, you've created a monster. You know that, don't you?
Hey, I have no problem with creating monsters.
And I don't know how many
That's
characters
what the
you
whole
can
point
keep.
of the game is.
I know.
Or not game, but the software.
Screenshot and post it to Stupid O'Clock.
Yes, Carl. Please screenshot it and post it to Stupid O'Clock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Let
If I can log
the
in,
entire
huh?
country see how we are corrupting the youth of America.
I need a bookmark.
Okay, you asked about personal news. I hooked up Lindsay's new Roku today. She had the small, not the stick, but the next size up, the little $30, $40 one. And
Yeah, that's what I've got on this TV.
It was horrible because the sound jack was loose. So at random intervals, it went and just static out through the surround sound. And she couldn't stand it. So I got her an Ultra. And all the sound goes through HDMI rather than an RCA jack like a set of headphones would. So there is no interference with the sound, and she just absolutely loves it. And in other news, our washing machine died. And I just had to order a replacement of the same brand in the a complementary model, since the original was about 10 years old, with the new tech today. And we were going to go to the store and look at the darn thing and measure it to make sure it fit, but they had the measurements on the website. Now, there was one store that Lindsay was desperate to go to because there was a financing plan and everything else, and she could try and save us roughly $50 to $100 doing all this bullshit. And they were back ordered till Thanksgiving.
That's crazy.
And yeah, well, we don't have a washing machine right now, and it would cost us the difference between that and a store that had one in stock and would deliver. We went to the other store. It was a little bit more expensive, and she left me alone, and I put it on my MasterCard instead of putting it on my debit card and making payments every month. So we will have a new washing machine next Saturday, which means I've got to spend the intervening week taking the bathroom door and door frame down to the 2x4s and sheetrock so that I can get the old one out and put it in the yard and get the new one delivered and inside the house and put it in the space.
Washing machine in the yard. You are Georgia through and through.
Take the washing machine and put it in the yard and turn it into a cooler when you have parties.
Nope. This is a front mount. And
flip it on its side and then
lay it on its back.
Yeah,
that's what my husband did. He had a bonfire pit in the backyard, and they took an old washing machine, and when they had their Friday night bonfire parties, they'd open the lid, throw a bunch of ice in it. When everybody came in, hey, put your beers in the washing machine.
Yeah, and when all the ice is melted, you put it on the spin cycle and drain it.
No, just take the hose and drop it.
Just let it
go.
Well, that would work too.
Yeah, it's gravity fed.
Yeah.
We got one of those big 40-gallon galvanized tubs for washing the dog.
Yeah.
Big wash basin things. Occasionally, we need to throw a bunch of beers and ice in that.
That does the job.
Hopefully, the dog comes out first.
No, actually, that's about the time dog wants to get in.
Nice.
Well, no, I've got a big trailer to pull behind the van, and we've got it loaded up with old air conditioners and stuff that we've thrown away over the past couple of years, and I've been too lazy to take off to the landfill. So the washing machine goes in the trailer, and we just take all this crap off and hope there's some trustees there at the county landfill to help us unload it. Otherwise, I've got to He-Man the stuff off the.
If not, you might get dragged into court by Officer Obi.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing.
We're far enough.
Man,
we're far enough
video
out in
and
the,
audio
in the
is so
sticks
out of
where
sync.
Officer Obi knows not to come around if he don't get called.
I thought it was the glasses, cheap Chinese glasses.
Now, I'm going to tell you, I wished early on I taught my dog how to go get a beer. Go get me a beer.
You wouldn't have any beer knowing your dogs.
No,
Dogs would all be looking at you like.
I'm just not in the mood to get in the car and drive down to the store.
That's why you teach them to use the riding lawnmower.
Lawn boy.
We have one of those in our neighborhood. That's all I'm going to say. He George Jones it all the time.
I remember someone that you and I, you and I both know, who posted video of himself with a riding lawnmower going about 2 miles from the house to a convenience store to get beer and come back.
He don't live in Bama, does he?
No, it was Atlanta.
We bought one of these big zero-turn riding lawnmowers.
Yes. Penny dropped.
The one we got was only the 48-inch.
That's still pretty big.
That's still pretty big. But they had a 56-inch. Now, the one we've got has got a Kawasaki engine on it. It's a small motorcycle engine. That big one, the 56-inch, if you turn the blades off, turn the throttle all the way up, it'll do 40 miles an hour on the highway.
Holy crap.
That's faster than a tractor.
Can you imagine? Now, you got to think about it. Zero-turn lawnmower. That's the one with 2 handles. That you
That's
turn
very delicate to steer.
Can you imagine doing 40 miles an hour on one of those?
Well, that's kind of like an M1 Abrams. Same kind of throttle configuration.
No. M1 Abrams has
it's
kind
about
of
like
it's like a motorcycle.
Like a tank.
No. What I'm saying is that's how you drive a tank. Is just the way you drive a zero-turn radius.
If you get your own shell.
And M1 Abrams can do a little better than 40, but
if you do your shell just right, you could be a pod racer. Almost got you on there.
When I was in high school in Metairie, we had a place. It was an old drive-in theater that was converted to a go-kart track, and they called it Indy Raceways. This was back in 76, 77, and they took out all the hills and everything and just made it flat track. But the go-karts had Vega 4-cylinder aluminum block engines in them. Damn. So these go-karts could tear and run, man. Yep. And I had concert band. Let's see. I had concert band, then lunch, then jazz band. And we only met for jazz band on special occasions. So I kind of had lunch and an extra hour every day, and a buddy of mine and I would skip off campus, go to Indy Raceways, and run these cars. Man, you talk about cool. And you didn't race against each other because they were so fast it was too dangerous. So you timed yourself on a computerized clock.
You raced the track.
You raced the track. It was all time trials, and man, that was so much fun. But yeah, talking about the large engine in a small vehicle, that was it, man. That 4-cylinder could haul ass.
You're talking what, 280 horsepower?
Probably, yeah. What,
in
John?
a go-kart.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just.
You're talking about sudden death at any moment.
Yeah. Picture up real quick.
Huh?
That's a steering yoke on an M1 Abrams. That's actually a simulator, but that gives you an idea what the driver's doing.
Does full press forward, full press back.
Oh, okay. So he's got. Okay.
There's his 3 periscopes. There's and you drive it like a motorcycle.
Okay.
With the throttle and everything. And you can see where his feet are.
Yeah.
So because
you got to shift gears.
No, you don't. It's automatic.
Oh, okay.
And
automatic, hydromatic.
I remember when they first came out, they said the drivers were falling asleep.
Yeah, it looked kind of comfortable.
Oh yeah, it ain't bad, but it's
for being in an armored tank.
Now, of course, I grew up driving the old M113s, and that is what. That is what Lewis was talking about with the lateral steering, where you have 2 brakes. Yeah. That's how you steer.
Yeah.
And they're automatics too.
A friend of mine and I were on our way back from a satellite shot that we did in I think it was Lexington, Kentucky, and we stopped off at the at Fort Knox, and because I was in a big Channel 12 satellite truck and had camera gear, I said, we just wanted to do a little thing on the museum here. And so they let us in, and long story made short, we got a ride in a Sherman tank.
Nice.
From the armored museum there. Oh,
where were you at?
Wow. Fort Knox.
Oh yeah. They used to give rides all the time. They had those really nice ones they'd bring out for all the parades.
Yeah.
Hey,
and
Carl,
that thing was pretty fast for an old fart tank, man.
Carl posted a picture of his.
Are you going to throw it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is
good stuff.
That's cool.
Hey, look at that.
Way to go, Carl.
He made himself.
That looks like Carl.
Yep.
That's classy, man. I like that.
That's
good stuff.
Such a fun program to mess around with, man.
Good job, Carl. We like that.
Do we need to take up a collection to buy that for him or something?
Well, if we pitch in $1.09 a piece, I think we're good with everyone on the screen right now.
Hey, Blake.
Yes, sir.
Can I borrow $1 from you?
Yeah. only hey, Lewis. Hey, buddy. Can I borrow $2.20?
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Because payday's not till next Friday.
People don't have $10. Fuck them.
What's your Venmo, dude?
That's the 82 Skidoo. Come on, bring it
I'll
on.
zap it to you.
82 Skidoo.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is his.
That's my everything. Yeah, the 82 Skidoo. It's play on the 23 Skidoo, of course.
Yeah.
Because I love that era of music and movies and
I thought it was
radio.
Skidoo.
Yeah, but it's my birth year, 82.
Yeah. Okay. Carl says
I'm
we don't.
surprised you didn't go for Scooby Doo instead of Skidoo.
Nah, I like Scooby Doo growing up, but nah, not my bag. Actually, everything has changed in a couple of weeks on every account, but that's for another show.
Yeah, the Apelian staff and I have been talking about changing ISPs after 23 years, and I'm going, do you know how many emails I've got to change for that? And
that's why a long time ago I got a Yahoo account. So no matter who my ISP was.
Yeah, I'm Google, and you can now do Google for Business in 2 clicks, and you're good.
I'm still running Yahoo.
Well,
I
started out in 95, and it's been the same email since
Yahoo and 3 Gmail.
I had a Hotmail a long time ago.
Yeah.
Everyone had a
Yahoo.
I didn't.
And then
Me either.
I didn't even bother to check the Hotmail anymore.
Yeah.
I think I have an AT&T one somewhere.
And an ICQ. I think I had an ICQ at one time.
Yep. I've got.
Are you a ham?
All that stuff.
John?
My mom says I am.
No. Amateur radio operator?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, ICQ is a message program.
Yeah, it's
from a long time ago.
Yeah, it was like Israeli from Mirabilis or whatever the name of the company was. Yeah, I still know my ICQ number.
We're talking pre-MySpace.
Back when you were still getting America Online disc.
Yeah, because in ham radio, CQ means you're looking for somebody. CQ.
Like that's probably where they got it from.
Yeah, that's ICQ. Yeah, that's the same concept.
I'm exactly where they stole it from. General license.
If there are ICQ number 1408651.
Oh heavens! That reminds me. I used to have a radio license to get my CB. I'm that old.
Hang a minute, Carl.
I had my CB license number was KHA 6912.
Carl,
so I'm that old too.
Okay.
It's weird when you actually use that nowadays because nobody knows what the hell you're talking about.
Oh yeah, I could use that as a password someday. Not now, but because I've never forgotten it. I remember the very first phone number I ever had, 325-0052.
524-616. Yep.
Yeah, there's that meme on Facebook about. Do you remember your home phone number? And I'm going. Well,
yes,
and you're not going to use it every time I call my mother.
I remember a couple of them, but we moved all over the damn place.
We did too, but I can't remember the one we had in Athens. But I remember the one that we had once we bought the farm, and not in the bad
Carl,
way.
You need to paint your figure. You know you can paint it on that program.
Yeah, you can paint your figure. Yeah.
Instead of having it just gray.
I don't know. Gray's fitting. Never mind.
Really now?
Oh,
whoa! That's nice.
There went your extra video panelist, dude. You just screwed the pooch.
Yeah, see, now you got me going. Saying like I got this little guy right here.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No beard.
Like you
brass knuckles too.
Yeah, like you can mix them up, get all sorts of different like setups and everything.
And that's the thing, like I was showing before, you can go to paints and do individual colors. You don't have to.
There. It's redheaded.
I think Carl wanted to paint his. That's why he's. Carl's going to paint his.
For me, that's like.
When he went to that last one, it reminded me of that scene in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Mm-hmm.
For me, the whole point of miniatures is to paint them. I love painting miniatures.
Oh Lord!
I love that scene. God,
that's what's kept me from building my models. Is I just don't want to have to get in there and do the detail painting.
I love painting
every detail.
I hate painting models.
I used to play.
Let me see if the headphone is
Warhammer 40K, and I ran Blood Marines. And one of the things that Blood Marines had was the Death Company. So I got to prom them in all black, and then I got to paint the little bones because they look like death. And their little sigils were so cool because you've got the skull, and then you've got the red banner, and it's on black.
Well, I got a feeling this is going to go bad.
Is he going to show us the rocket ship again?
And I got to paint my rhinos.
I'm waiting on my rocket ship to arrive.
Which rocket ship?
SN5.
You ordered a model of SN5?
He was getting one 3D printed.
Yep.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Without a first stage booster?
That.
Without the first stage booster yet. The guy's actually going to be doing upgrade kits to where you can turn SN5 into an SN8. And then a super heavy will come along too.
I don't know if the camera will show this, but
it's a needle.
Is that a
elf
turtle?
Nope, it's not going to focus because my face is in the way.
Put your hand behind it.
Or use the sheet of paper again.
Yeah, put your hand behind it.
Nope. I can see a little detail.
It looks like a little pirate dude, though.
Yeah, it's still focusing on your face.
Yep.
Yeah, camera tricks aren't working, unfortunately.
Nah, it doesn't work. Doesn't matter. And the sword is meant any damn way.
Try mind trick Jedi.
I had to.
No, I went through a period where I bought a lot of lead and pewter miniatures and went crazy with the paintbrush. And some of them actually turned out rather well. And one or two turned out to be absolute crap. But that was all on me. The miniatures look nice. The paint job did not.
I did.
Got the buggers spread everywhere in little shadow boxes on the walls.
I miss playing too. I really enjoyed playing. I just didn't like carrying around all those D6. Because there was times where we'd run out of D6 and have to go in, like, in the spur of the moment, buy another brick of D6.
Yeah. Now they make that 2 pounds of D6 for like $20 now. So you'll be fine.
Oh, really?
Are you kidding? They've got phone apps now.
You can't use a phone app to roll D6 for a game like that.
You kind of have to and stuff like, Roll 20 online. Yeah.
I'm talking like if you're playing tabletop 40K, you can't use your phone to roll your D6. You've got to actually or make a PVC pop cup and
yeah.
What, you don't have a Yahtzee game in the closet?
Lewis, wake up. You got too comfortable.
That's why I had these on, dude.
Okay, so here's a funny. One of my executive chefs was infamous for falling asleep in the office. And he did that one time, and the boss walked in, and he was really loud when he walked in and he talked, and my executive chef popped up out of the chair. Amen.
I'm Catholic. I get away with.
I've got an office with no windows and a door that locks.
Well, then you're just cheating.
As long as I remember to lock the door, they have to knock before I let them in.
No, that's just not fair.
Yeah,
I fell asleep in front of my computer when I was waiting for SN6 to hop. I sat there and I left the YouTube on, and I was reading my textbook and fell asleep. What?
I did one of these.
No, I was flat out on the table, fell asleep.
I was sitting in a chair we were at lunch break in the military. Right after lunch, we have a formation. Everybody's hanging out in the room, talking, watching TV, listening to radio, something like that. I'm sitting in a nice comfy chair. I'm reading a book. I didn't even realize that I've gone to sleep. Okay. They all, okay, let's go to formation. They left. I was sound asleep. They're all at formation. They're like, well, Scarborough, well, he was just with us. Didn't even bother. I mean, it's like they said, let's go out to formation. Nobody bothered to walk over and say, hey, let's go to formation. They thought I had heard them and was just sitting there reading my book. Nobody realized I was sitting there.
And y'all make fun of me.
Yeah, but we can wake each other up, Dan.
Yes.
Ain't nothing on the face of this planet can wake me up when I go to sleep.
I heard something on YouTube. Like, I just happened to wake up and look, and I was just like, oh, we've got farm venting. I might want to check in with Joe and John.
Carl nailed it. Heather is an overachiever, multitasking until she's unconscious.
I don't have a choice. There's not enough hours in the day. Like tomorrow, I got to get up at 6:30 because we go live at 7, 8 o'clock Eastern. And as soon as I get done,
what's launching tomorrow?
Starlink.
Okay.
As soon as I get done with that, I have to get ready to go to Chapel Hill.
Still not centered.
For study group.
That's close.
Right now, while we're doing this, I've got my book open in another tab so I can read the book in between screens.
Yeah, that's just a little bit of multitasking.
I'll get home from study group. I'm going to rewatch the lectures. I got to be in the parking lot of the school at 7 o'clock in the morning, Monday, so that we can get our last little bit of study on before we take a test at 10. Get done with the test, immediately come home and start on the next unit because we have a test the following Monday. We have 1 week to cover 2 chapters of material on the endocrine system. And 3 hours worth of lecture to watch.
Well, my wife just found out 2 days ago that she has diverticulitis.
Yeah.
Diverticulitis.
Say that again.
And the bad thing is her dad died of it. He didn't realize he had it until it went septic.
Have they found out like how bad it is? Because it's really treatable now.
Yeah, I mean, they found out during a colonoscopy, so they just gave her some suggestions for diet changes and said, we'll keep monitoring it. And they had a 2 millimeter polyp that they took care of. And she says, I don't know, 2 millimeters, is that big? I said, baby, I passed a 7 millimeter kidney stone. Don't worry about that polyp.
Did you do that unassisted?
Well, without putting too fine a point on it, it almost made it. And it was right about the time my wife was getting off work. And I was like in the bathroom going like, ah. And she came in and I handed her a pair of forceps and said, get it out of me. And so she had to last maybe half an inch.
Because, most of them, it's 5 millimeters or less are unassisted. And you start having serious issues when it gets above the 5 millimeters.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, I have peed an orange seed that looks like a pineapple.
I don't want to know how one got stuck in there, but
I don't even want to know, Joe. How the hell did you get an orange seed in your urinary tract system?
It was a pineapple.
Yeah, look at that.
7 millimeters and just like a cockle burr. It was a burr in my cockle, all right.
No, mine looked like an orange seed.
Okay.
It looked like an orange seed. It was the size of an orange seed, but it looked like a pineapple.
Pineapple.
Probably felt like one, too.
Because it's all spiky and everything.
It felt like a cactus.
Well, after that, my other ones were done by laser lithotripsy. They can't, because I'm on blood thinners, they can't do traditional lithotripsy, so they had to go in with a laser. And
we just ran Carl off.
Girl, no thanks, bye.
Well, what's funny is I'm going over urinary right now. So everything that we're talking, I know that's what I'm studying right now.
Y'all just talking about it. I swear I think I can feel one moving.
Drink more water, Joe. Drink more water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Water, and occasionally,
once you've passed one, you always imagine that you're passing another one at any given moment.
Uh-huh.
Eat pickles and drink the vinegar. Okay.
Hey, I have gone to the bathroom and felt like
there's an earthquake in Nashville.
Earthquake in Nashville? No, Joe just farted. That's
all.
Oh,
no. It's down here in Chattanooga now.
Sorry.
Red
I
alert.
breathed in water. Like I literally breathed in water.
Are you okay?
Kinda like
Off the
Star
floor
Trek.
for a second.
Do you need your dog to give you the pat on the back?
Now, I have gone to the bathroom and heard a peek in full flow.
Don't want to know.
I'm sorry for having started this, folks.
Oh no, you're
I don't
good.
think it gets that
I'm okay
cold
with
there.
this. You're talking to Nurse Heather here. She's all about the medical talk. I don't care how deep and dirty it is. I'm learning.
Well, my
You
wife
oughta
came
t-
back
you
from her
oughta talk to my wife.
colonoscopy, and she says, "Who chooses that as their profession to shoot a scope up somebody's butt?"
I don't want to get it. I don't want to get into any of like what I want to
Somebody
do
that's into making money.
is birth babies. That's what I want to do. I want to do women's
No.
health.
You really ought to start talking to my wife. She's a former geriatric nurse.
Excuse me.
I don't think that's the same thing.
No, that's actually
No, it's not.
I've done a
But
lot of stuff
you
with
do have-
geriatrics because
Yeah.
They do
I've
both
worked-
involve diapers.
I've worked in retirement communities, assisted living, retirement,
Mhm.
dementia units. I've done all of my clinicals. I have not had a young patient. Like we started off at NHC doing our first semester to learn how to take care of patients. So that was all long-term care. And then we went from there onto med-surg floors. And most of your med-surg floors are people who are either coming out of surgery that need to stay for observation, or they're people who have got complications from existing diagnoses. And most of those people are of the geriatric age. So I see the complications and stuff of the different disease processes. And I've had a couple of heart patients. I've had a couple of kidney patients.
And anything you learn in that area can be transposed to younger patients in situations that normally would not spring up in somebody of their age, but you know the signs. So
Dementia care. That's why she's so good here.
oh. Yeah, it's
No, I
probably
just
one
come
reason
from a
why my
family
wife
of crazies.
is good with me, because I'm pretty demented.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing as crazy family members. Just family members.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
In
if
the
you know
South,
my
anyway.
family,
They're not crazy. They're just family.
Like Julia
Now, if they're
Sugarbaker
not,
said, in
like,
the
if
South, they don't
If I
ask
know
if
them
there's,
individually, yes, they're crazy. But
just like Julia Sugarbaker said, in the South, they don't ask if there's insanity in your family. They only need to know which side it's on.
And
Hey.
how bad it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
That should help
Wait a
the
minute, let
kidney
me do
stone
this.
too. Carly,
Oh, come on now.
you click on the
Where did the
microphone
mouse
button.
go?
Yeah, and
he's trying.
he
He's
lost
not
his
in. You
mouse.
I'll be right back as well.
you gotta move the little mousy thing. And
Stop, cam, and mute.
It's down at the bottom.
Next to the on the same
on
bar
the very bottom, not the pic, right below the pictures.
where you leave studio. Over on the other side.
He can't hear us.
Right above the crayons.
It's right down here.
Well, thank you.
All the way down.
See, it's let's see, you got cam mic and stop cam.
He can't hear you, Louis.
and
Here,
mute.
because he got his
Okay.
He doesn't have his
headphones on.
headphones
Incredibly
on.
Stupid.
Oh, that's true. Hey, Dan! That
Put
didn't
your
work.
headphones on. Everybody do this.
Yes, dear.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. The buttons are right
all
down
the way at
here.
the bottom. It says
there's
mute.
The buttons were not there.
Invite.
You got to mouse over them. You got to move your mouse, and they'll pop up.
First, they have to appear before I can touch
the string
them.
on your tin can.
Oh, for God's sake, put a cloth over the camera and go to the bathroom.
Somebody take Dan down.
I'm going after a bear.
I'd say he's had too many already.
He figured it out. He didn't mute his mic, but he figured it out.
The damn thing just...
I muted his mic.
Okay, I just did whatever. Except with sweet tea. Oh.
I still feel like I've got some in my throat. Like right here in my chest, it's still cold.
You will till tomorrow.
Hey,
I hate it when I do that.
Hey, I've done that with with Wild Turkey American Honey Whiskey. You talk about a fun night.
That doesn't sound very fun at all.
It's not, because you go from sober to drunk because you dumped it directly into your bloodstream.
I got y'all beat on that one. We did from protective mask maintenance on our gas mask in the military. And when you do this, you tear the whole thing apart. You dunk it in bleach water and scrub out the inside real good. And then put all the new stuff inside, new filters, new valve covers, and all sorts of stuff like that. So I'm putting it on, I'm checking it, there's a way you check the mask where you cover up the exhaust holes and you breathe out. And if you cover up the exhaust holes and breathe out, it should break the seal on the back of your mask. And then you cover up the intake holes and breathe in, and it should suction to your face, meaning that it's working correctly. Right? I did that, and the bleach water that was still inside the drinking straw, inside the mask where you drink water, came shooting into my nose and mouth when I went. And
so you got a nasal flush.
And
better than a neti pot, huh?
It wasn't just Clorox. It was the military version of gas mask sanitizer, which means it probably gave me 15 different types of cancer. And yeah. I don't know what was in that trash can, to be honest. And when I say that, they used to use the big 33-gallon Rubbermaid trash cans full of hot water and the bleach solution stuff. So that's with a little luck. With a little luck, the trash cans were actually clean.
Was that a Mark V gas mask?
No, it's M29 was what we were using at the time. So
yeah,
they had
in the 70s. We were using the Mark V.
Probably same thing. But had the two filters on the sides.
Yeah.
That you had to put them on from the end. You had to take the mask off to change filters.
Yep.
Which is
brilliant.
Who came up with that one? And then they went to the M24s, which was nice because you had the screw-on filters and you could change it. You could put the filter on the left side or the right side depending on whether you were left-handed or right-handed.
There he is.
He's back.
Yes.
Quit picking on Dan.
I'm sorry, but this laptop has less RAM
Can't hear
than
you, Dan. What'd you say?
the hood ornament of a Dodge pickup.
That's a good description.
I unmuted first.
Hey, enough of that for everybody? That looks good. What is that?
Peanut butter ding dong.
Oh!
Mm-hmm. They were on deep discount at my Kroger. 75 cents a box.
That is deep discount.
Wow.
Yeah, we have to eat. Our household has to eat like 24 of them in like 2 weeks. Shouldn't be a problem.
Nothing like a goal.
2 days would be stretching it.
I went to the store today, and guess what I bought?
What?
Plutonium.
No.
Don't tell me you got another Sam Adams track.
No.
What were we talking about the other night from Kroger? the syrups,
Yeah,
the creamer, the Irish creamer liqueur.
Yeah. What did you
the
get?
Budget brand or the real thing?
Are you going to answer or
yeah,
not?
I'm just waiting for everybody to finish.
Well,
This is the
will be
longest
a
pregnant-
long game.
This is the longest pregnant pause ever.
Fish sticks and custard.
Oh.
Are you actually going to do it?
I'm thinking about it.
Is it frozen custard or is it pudding custard?
It's pudding custard. It comes in little cups. You pull the little tab off the top. So
I think this is a after show. We need to see this happen on camera.
well,
Yeah.
Let's
I'd have to go
preheat.
down and cook some fish sticks.
Let's preheat that oven, buddy.
I had fish tonight.
Yeah, Carl says he called it. He said
Mhm.
fish fingers and custard.
Yeah,
Extra
Good
points
job,
to Carl.
Carl.
you get 3 extra
Yay,
points.
Carl!
I had the little triangle looking fish fillets and made a fish sandwich out of it.
I was there. I was looking in the freezer at all the different fish sticks they had. I was trying to figure out which one to get, and they actually Broughton's has fish fillet fingers, meaning it's not pressed fish. They actually cut the fish into fingers.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
And I didn't get the beer batter ones. I just got the regular batter.
Because you provide your own beer.
Just as much as I like beer batter, there's just something about beer and custard that just doesn't sound quite kosher, or maybe too kosher. I'm not sure which.
You can bless just about anything nowadays. Just saying.
Yeah, we bless the rains down in Africa.
That's why there's
That's
no
why there are no
vampires.
vampires. We read the same memes. Yes, indeed.
You know, there was that artist that went and put that solar powered speaker system in the middle of the, I think it's Sahara Desert, and then put the grid coordinates for it on the internet or whatever so you could travel there. And it basically, when you get out there, it's a speaker system and it just continually on repeat plays
I forgot about Toto.
Africa.
That's amazing.
Over and over and over again. And solar power keeps the battery charged up. It's on a little MP3 player or something like that, and just keeps going and going and going.
And it still hasn't rained there.
It doesn't look much though. It looks like something we put together, in the garage here or something. But
Hey, don't knock garage engineering. That's SpaceX
considering it's in the middle of the desert. Considering it's in the middle of the desert, it'll probably run forever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Only gets up to like 130 there. It's fine.
Solar panels.
Yeah, I guess it shades the actual material that needs to play the thing.
Sort of.
Yeah, really.
Oh.
It looked like it was made out of plywood formica, it looked like somebody's cheap kitchen counters.
I have a new life goal. I got to go see the thing now.
That was exactly what I was thinking. Can you imagine you're just getting your 4x4, you're driving across the desert, and there it is. You get out, and it's
It's like everyone who goes to see the black mailbox or whatever it's called,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The Area 51 mailbox.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are talking about this, and all I can think of is the Russian rocket we watched go up the other day. They play music on the launch pad, and it's just so weird.
Yeah,
it's like they're at the roller rink or something,
Well, if you go anywhere near Chernobyl, they play music outdoors all the time just to keep all the people that are pulling security there from going nuts. Because the place is dead. There's nothing.
The number stations even play like radio, like different songs and stuff in between numbers out there.
Yeah, I told Carl something. Carl.
Oh yeah, the old mahogany phone booth. Yeah.
Yeah, Carl posted up something about the video, about the number station.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I came up with a theory that the first 4 set of numbers are the decode books. You translate your message in the first book, then you translate from first book to second book to third book to fourth book, and that's your message. And then every so often they change the number of the books.
Now, Lewis may know what I'm talking about. The funny books you used to get with your radios, because I grew up doing radio before Cengars. So now it's all computerized. But back in the day, you actually had stuff down in your shirt, a code book.
Yeah.
And you had to know how to do
I was in the Navy. We had ours in a cabinet. It was a safe.
We had to carry ours. We didn't have a yacht. But
a yacht?
You had a land
300-foot yacht.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Did you ever have to hump a 5-inch gun?
No.
You were on a yacht. Okay.
Our 5-inch gun was permanently mounted.
Yeah, I was in a mortar platoon. We have an 81 millimeter mortar. I had to carry it on a backpack. Okay.
Hey, were you with the 181st or
502nd?
50? Oh, okay. Because in 90, God, it was I think 92 or 93. I went with the 181st down to Camp Shelby, Mississippi, for the last time.
When I was active duty, 502nd was part of the 101st Airborne Division. Half of them, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd battalions, were at Fort Campbell.
Okay.
4th, 5th, and 6th battalions were in Berlin as the Berlin Brigade. So.
Okay. Well, anyway, I went with the 181st, the first of 181st to Camp Shelby. It was the last time they were firing their 105 and 155 howitzers because the next year they were going to MLRS.
Right. Yeah. Now I think they're doing
that was so cool because every media person was given the opportunity to go out in the field that night, overnight, and because I wanted to do a day in the life of, I wanted to get them from Reveille on. So I said, yeah, I'll go. Nobody else went. They said, we'll just, we'll see them at breakfast. They didn't understand there wasn't going to be a breakfast.
Not really.
It was going to be eating. And I literally slept under a mobile mounted 155. And I had the company commander get me up before he went around waking everybody else up because I wanted to have my camera running and get all of these guys getting woke up. I put together in local TV, a piece over 2 minutes is long. Yeah. This was a 12-minute piece on a day in the life of a National Guardsman on AT. It got an award. It got an AP award. So, but cool. Yeah, it was
very
spending the day with some cannon cockers was interesting.
So, Stupid O'Clock has an AP award-winning news department.
Oh, dude, this is one of my AP awards. But I've got 2 Edward R. Murrow awards. These are given out by the TV News Directors Association.
Lewis, you need to write down all the different awards you've won, like a little list real quick, post it Stupid O'Clock, and we will, add that to the,
we'll add that to the intro.
Yeah.
Featuring the AP and Edward R. Murrow award-winning.
This one is from the Edward Sharp chapter of Vietnam Veterans of America. In appreciation for my service, 1995 Television Station of the Year.
You're talking about doubling the length of the intro.
Just to get his stuff in.
Just to
get his stuff in.
Lewis, I told you about that airplane picture that I got with the fireball behind it.
Mm-hmm.
I took a picture of you at the air show in uniform.
Really? I did not know that.
I took it
back when I was with State Guard.
Yeah. You were actually holding your, I guess the M16 at the time. standing on the other side of the little orange fence.
Yep, ready for the rabble.
Unless there was another Lee in your unit, it had to be you.
No, that was me.
It had your
only
name.
one.
Had your little name over there.
Cool.
Now I just can't find the damn thing. It's in. That's the problem with, when you have a lot of actual paper pictures. We've got 3 of the large totes with pictures just thrown in them.
Unsorted.
Yeah, absolutely
media.
unsorted.
I inherited my grandmother's pictures, and they're in the storage building or storage room back here in a tote. I've got her old flight log where she went and got her pilot's license in Mississippi back in the 30s, I think it was.
Wow.
She was technically, according to history, she's the second woman in Mississippi to get a private flying license. Realistically, she was the first woman. The only problem was the girl that went second got her paperwork done first. But I've got it. It's kind of funny. It's an old shell. No, I'm sorry, Texaco. It's an old aviation fuel flight log, leather-bound flight log. And she trained under the Key brothers. You familiar with them, Lewis?
The name sounds familiar, but
Naval Air Station Meridian.
Mm-hmm.
They were the people. They had a plane called the Old Miss. They set an endurance record for keeping a plane in the air, and it was unbroken until NASA built that damn solar-powered thing, whatever. But they kept a plane in the air for like 2 weeks without landing.
How?
Refueling in the air.
Oh, okay.
It was one of the first aerial refuelings that was ever done. And the pilots took turn sleeping.
Wow.
And flying the plane. And it's kind of funny. If you see the plane, they have catwalks on either side of the engine. And there's actually pictures of them walking outside the plane over to the engine with an old-fashioned oil can, pulling maintenance on the engine while it's flying. And the guy is literally, his left elbow, well, if he's on the left side of the plane, his left elbow is literally only a few inches away from the propeller.
That's crazy.
Dangerous living.
Now, here's what's pretty.
653 hours and 34 minutes. Holy crap.
Yeah. To do the refueling, they would actually go over, and originally they wanted to run a hose from the refueling plane down to Ole Miss to refuel it, but it never worked quite well. So they literally wound up their backup plan. They handed fuel cans from one plane to the other while it was in flight.
I've read about that.
Oh my God.
Because the hose it never worked right. And there is somewhere, I can't find it. I wish I could. There's a picture of my grandmother in the refueling plane handing off fuel cans from one plane to the other.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That's when you earned
your grandma was a wing walker.
My grandmother was a wing walker. Yes.
There's a book in that. That's a title for a book. My grandma was a wing walker.
Give me a minute.
He already wrote it. Shit.
Either that or he's about to.
I already see Dan going now. How can I add that into a story?
No, I'm too busy with other stuff. I've got to get my spy guy through the last half of this chapter, and then I've got to go work on the fantasy story with the
private chat.
Talking animals.
Talking animals, you say? Somebody heard that, decided to react.
Mm-hmm. That was in my.
Really?
Somehow that was in my side. I'm wearing headphones. He hears really well.
Well, I mean, somebody posted a meme on the internet, and I saw the photograph, and they challenged everybody that read it to write a story, and I go,
"Oh wow,
that's a really
is that
good
a Ford
idea.
TriStar?
I think I can do that."
No, that's not even a TriStar, is it? That's a single engine.
Single engine.
Wow.
Yep, that is the Ole Miss. Actually, if you guys want to look at all the photos, let's see if I can blow it up and still click next. Nope.
Okay, here's funny. This is me as a cutie.
Oh,
you look like my little brother.
I look like everybody's little brother. Okay.
I didn't have a little brother. He died in utero.
February 4th, 1972. 5 years old.
That's adorable.
And I was.
Jesus, I was in high school
Let's
then.
see. There is a much longer. If you want to do the share, this will have the actual. Oh, hopefully it doesn't blow up the private chat. That's the full. That's the full link. If someone wants to share that one, that should have the full gallery.
I think it's my dad.
Yeah, Blake just showed a picture of the aircraft you were talking about.
I can. Cutlass Ole Miss. Here you go. I can show the full gallery.
All right.
Let me know when I'm active. I can't see the other screen.
You're there.
Okay. Got that one. That's how they would do maintenance and refuel right there. On those little catwalk ledges.
Yeah, that's what John was talking about.
Mm-hmm. Just like that.
And that's actually that. I wish they showed it from the other side. As you saw it from the other side, that's what the picture looked like.
Kind of like that.
Like that one right there.
Then there's that. Yes.
Wow.
That's pretty epic. There's the tail end. There you go.
The Key Brothers. Yep.
Yep. 653 hours, 34 minutes.
Well, maybe Grandma's name's on there somewhere.
It'd be on the other plane.
Oh.
There goes those
So
scaffolds.
she was handing the fuel cans down rather than doing the refueling? Okay.
They did both, but the refueling never worked quite right. So.
Yeah, there goes an up.
No,
close.
I mean, she was handing them the fuel cans and somebody else was pouring them in the tank.
Well, one of the brothers I don't know, you can't see it here. There's a hatch right above the pilot's seat. And they would hand the fuel down to the person who was standing in that hatch. He was like up here, reaching up to grab the fuel cans and bring them down.
Yeah.
So those are what, 5-gallon jerry cans?
Yeah.
Probably. Interesting.
Which is not light by
Those things
any
would be
means.
heavy.
Oh yeah.
About 40 pounds a can.
Yeah,
5
really.
pounds 8.
Yep, that was pretty awesome.
We had to refuel the tractors with 5-gallon cans, and for a 14-year-old kid, those were sort of tough to hoist up from the ground to the fuel filter and funnel on the tractor.
I have a 5-gallon can of gas in my garage right now.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Yeah, thank you. This is an old bar that my grandparents ran. That's the bar that Al Capone used to hang out in.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
Before he was really famous.
I think the term's
You want to see something really interesting? I've got this whole box of old photographic stuff. And Lewis, you'll love this.
Rise them up.
There you go. Okay.
Transparent pockets there.
Now, here's what's funny. They never used these. There's no photos in them. These are brand new. They were just never placed in any of the photos.
Wow.
Which I wish they had a date on them. No.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Check the back of the ribbon on one of them. See if they're stamped. Sometimes they stamp them in very fine stamping.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Okay. Sometimes Maker's Mark do. Yeah, we went through a couple of boxes of those when my grandparents passed and they were selling the house.
Silver tone.
Yeah,
Big
sure.
one. It's in teeny tiny Roman numerals.
All right, let's get our Roman numeral calculator out.
We need a teeny tiny Roman.
I know most Roman numerals.
I can count to 10.
And if I was there, I could probably read it.
Come on, John, you don't have a magnifying glass in that box? We got Lady Wing Walkers.
I think my mom may actually have all the good stuff.
I have to use this for my coin collection so I can see which mint the darn things came from.
I had to relearn my Roman numerals for my nursing entrance test.
Yeah. I just hope I can keep Halicon running for 12 more years.
Oh my God.
What you end up finding?
Let's see here. Zoom me in here.
Zoom them in, Chief.
I don't know if y'all can see this. This is a silver type.
Yeah, that's 10 type, yeah. Or silver 10 type.
And it's a train.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like an
Can
engine.
just barely make that out.
And there's people in front of it.
In the coal car.
There's a little kid, a girl.
Is that the general?
I don't think so, but
That's actually pretty damn amazing you have that.
no kidding.
What year is that from?
It doesn't say.
10 type runs from the late 1800s through current, but that has to be definitely turn of century.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which pretty much leaves out the Chattanooga Choo Choo.
That was
the Chattanooga Choo Choo.
Never a real train anyway.
That was a very old train.
No, that one's much clearer.
Oh wow.
That's really that's how the family
I'm
lived.
from one of them old Southern families.
Oh yeah, my grandparents' house was 5 rooms, and like at one point, 13 people lived there. So,
I saw Heather trying to figure out why I said I wish I can keep Halicon running for 12 more.
I was sitting here trying to think. Okay, so 12, that would be 32. That's XXXII.
No, this is the 18th year.
Well, the year would be 32, but 18. So that would be 30.
Triple X.
Yeah. Triple X.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's when you do.
You remember I was telling you
we went through that with LibertyCon a few years ago.
Mm-hmm. That's your grandmother?
That's the Sicilian great grandmother.
Wow, very cool.
That's a very handsome lady.
She was. She was very and cooked.
Hey,
and that's something I love about Southern women.
They cook
and
for
Italians too, because they can cook. But Southern women, they know how to cook.
Well, not all of them. Just saying.
Hey, Joe. Remember that guy?
Yeah, it looks like the guy I took a picture of.
Look at that Nightcrawler right there.
Hey, man. That was when I first came to town.
Did they ever have you do the night crawling?
Nah. I was too good for night shift.
Oh my God.
What?
What'd you find?
Look at that little
Look at
guy.
those little chubby cheeks.
Look like my cousin Michael.
There is a baby book floating around somewhere of me where the entry for, they used to do the little baby journals.
Yeah.
The entry for me at 2 months was I ate like a garbage disposal.
I'm surprised they had garbage disposal
I'll be
back
right
then.
back. One moment.
That was 66, 67. So, that's probably still 66.
I've got to. This whole stupid COVID thing needs to be done, and I need to be done with freaking school. My grandmother has boxes of photos that I have to go through.
Mm.
Like, if you saw pictures of me as a toddler, like, my face looks the same, but you would not think that it was me outside of the face.
I meant to ask you earlier,
You're just
did you get a
taller
haircut?
now, huh?
Oh dear Lord, I've got a picture of me in that.
You meant to ask who earlier what?
Did you get a haircut?
No, it's pulled back.
Oh, okay. Okay. I just thought maybe you only got a haircut.
I cut my bangs.
Oh.
They were getting too long. I was having to do this.
Well, you were a happy baby, that's for sure.
I tried it. Well, I was always a ham, but now here's the pretty part. Okay, and this is my mom about that time. Let me see if
Wow.
Beautiful.
Oh, hubba.
Well, now I see where your sister gets her looks, because she doesn't look like you.
Yeah, she doesn't look like me. That's for damn sure.
Yeah,
And
very pretty.
And that should let you know how old Tic Tacs are. So
Yeah.
Actually, your sister looks a lot like your mama.
Yeah.
I got to say your mama, and he didn't even get mad.
That's because it wasn't an insult.
Her first job in Chattanooga when she first moved up here. Yeah,
was making sure you stayed under the table.
Yeah, look at the chairs.
Yeah, man.
Mid-century
modern.
60s retro.
Yeah. You know how much those chairs would be worth nowadays?
Those are Jetsons chairs right there.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, there's you could, for what you could sell that for, you could probably go buy a cheap high-end particle board dining room set for what that would bring in.
Have
you seen furniture prices lately, Lewis?
Yeah, they're crazy.
For particle board.
Yeah.
That's why I hold on to family heirlooms when it comes to furniture. In my mom's garage, there is a dining room table from my grandmother that was bought in the 50s. I've got a coffee table in front of me that has my TV on it. I'm using it as a TV stand that my dad did his homework on. And you can see the etchings in the table from where he did his homework on that table.
Wow.
Have I showed y'all this one yet? From 72, me in the disco outfit. Hey, Skunk.
Yeah. All right.
Me in the disco outfit. Okay. In 1972.
Nice.
Yes.
Looking great.
Okay. That was I had that one for Christmas. That was my Christmas outfit.
I'll put you.
And I was a sophomore in high school.
That's me and my little brother, Joe, playing with one of our first train sets in that same damn outfit. And this one is payback for all the times my mom has embarrassed me with this box of pictures. That's my mom.
Oh, wow. Oh, how cute.
Ain't she?
You really? You can already tell at that age she was going to be knock-em dead gorgeous when she got to be teenage, 20-something.
I'm wanting to go take a picture off the wall. and show it to you guys. I've got a picture hanging in the hall coming out of the guest bath, and it's my mom and dad, and then me as a 1-month-old infant.
Okay, there's my mom, and at the time she was a elevator operator at the Jung Hotel in New Orleans.
Cool.
1941.
Really? Is that hotel still down there?
Too.
What?
Is that hotel still there?
The building is still down there, but I don't think they call it the Jung Hotel anymore. But you can even see it on her uniform, Jung Hotel. And most famous person she ever had in the elevator with her was Bob Hope.
My mom is
impressive.
Oh, how cute.
Ain't it though?
My mom also used to play softball for Delta Shipyard's softball team.
That's cool.
That's my mom. Yep. She was a welder at the shipyards. And here's my mom and dad. This was at the Court of Three Sisters restaurant in New Orleans. That was back in the days when they used to come around and take pictures of you.
Oh my God.
And talk about some gams, huh? That's my mom. Oops. So,
nice.
Yep. She had great legs.
Well, only actual physical pictures I can get close to is my old camper.
Ain't she a beaut?
Oh. Oh, those were the days.
Those were the days. This was the deluxe model. It had a table and 2 benches.
Yeah, an old Spawn Violator with the comic in it.
And John,
it was a Da Vinci.
Oh, wait,
I boot camped in Orlando.
Yeah.
So First Liberty, and see, that's me, was Disney World.
Nice.
That is, I'm still in boot camp at this point. Look at that dumb grin. That's me.
Look at that young guy right there.
Yep.
You guys okay if I share my screen?
absolutely.
Sure.
Go for it.
Let me turn Lewis off here.
Please.
If it'll do it. Come on, do it.
You can do it.
That's my mom and
Your mom and dad?
I
Oh,
believe.
okay. Yeah, you do definitely resemble your dad.
And are you guys related to Steven Seagal 30 years ago?
No, not even close.
Sorry, Carl. You know, it's... Yeah, my camper was old and wore out when I got it.
Ooh.
He was complimenting your mama.
That is my mom and dad. The one on the left was when my mom first found out that she was pregnant with me. And the one on the right is a month after I was
Proof
born.
that she was pregnant with you.
Oh.
Yeah,
really
you can
The
look at
whole
her
thing.
belly and you can see it's pooching out a little bit. My mom was a toothpick. She was a size 0 before she had me. But yeah, and you guys can see who I look like.
Yeah. You're definitely your dad's kid.
All my photo books and stuff are with my sister. So maybe next week I can show you some fun stuff. Back before Blake had a beard.
Well, I just happened to steal that picture. Like, I walked in, I knew where it was, and I grabbed it, and I said, I'm taking this with me. And I didn't know that the picture that was on the left was in there because we took the picture out of the frame to clean the frame because it was covered in dust. Because it had been sitting in the garage. And that's how I found out that there was a picture behind it.
The original picture in picture.
Okay.
Because that's what my family does is they put the new picture in front of the old picture.
And then it saves the old one too, yeah.
Here's one from 1967, and that's me in the middle with my two older brothers. My mother had made that outfit for me. It was patent leather.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Yep. Man, I wish I had that hair back.
All right. Here's I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is David Scarborough, my great-great-grandfather. And what he's wearing, part of it is actually part of his Confederate uniform.
Uh-huh.
And he was retired to the old soldiers' home there in Biloxi.
Mm-hmm.
And he's buried at Beaufort in Biloxi at the Confederate cemetery.
Wow.
Him and great-great-grandma Mary. And great-great-grandpa J.T. Bird. I guess I gave Mom all Grandma's stuff.
This is where I'm handicapped by being on the laptop instead of my desktop because all the photographs are in the desktop.
Mm. Oh, well. One last one from me. 1965 visit to Santa Claus.
Oh.
Nice. I got only one because I can only find one from my uncle. It's on the screen share.
Once a cowboy, always a cowboy.
Sure shooting.
Yep, there's my uncle Steve. This is either Beirut or Grenada at some point. Mid 80s, of course. And I don't know what he's doing in that, but he eventually ended up being cartography and mortars in the Marines. So it was either that or go to jail. So that was a long story in itself. So that's kind of what they did back in the day.
Maps and bangs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they kind of drew out where the bangs go. Yeah.
And that's my great aunt Zoe.
Zoe? Wow.
I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's hard to tell because they write in old cursive. Which there's 5 words on the back of this thing. I can only read 4 of them. Aunt, I believe it says Zoe. 4 letters. Starts with Z. Grandma's oldest sister.
Well, I'm going to share a photo. I'm proud of this photo. This is my grandmother and grandfather, late 20s. Actually, during Prohibition.
Them Duke boys? Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That is cool.
Who is that on the right?
That's my grandmother and grandfather.
How cool.
Is that the original capture, or has it had some color work done to it?
It's had a little color work done to it.
All I gotta say is Dave. Grandmother was quite a looker.
Yeah, well, take a look at my grandmother.
Grandmother was quite a looker too. I'm just but
hey, look at me. Look at my grandfather. There's not much. The genetics didn't split much.
Oh, your
and the apple didn't fall too far from that tree.
Now,
but I'm looking at her, right? Yeah. I mean, in this picture, just looking at her, does she not look like she would be a doctor's companion?
In that outfit, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey, maybe she was.
Now, Lewis,
maybe he's a doctor. That's a good look for a doctor.
Yeah, Lewis, do you remember on Cherokee Boulevard when they tore that building down and found the billboards painted on the side of the building?
Oh, yeah.
That's the billboards.
Oh, wow. Cool.
That's neat.
And he worked for McKesson Drugs.
Don't talk about them.
Delivering medications.
Don't talk about that.
I have a McKesson across the street from me.
No wonder he needed a fast motorcycle.
Just stop right now. because
There's a couple of their warehouses over here.
if we continue this conversation, I'm going to be in breach of contract.
What?
Who do you think I deliver for?
No,
Really?
I did not know that.
You do what Joe Dog's grandfather used to?
no, I don't think he delivered the same.
I
medication.
do it legally. There's a difference.
Okay.
Blow
The
John
good-
up on the big screen.
The good-looking kid on the end there is John Wayne Scarborough, my grandfather.
John Wayne?
John Wayne. I'm named for him actually.
Cool.
Well, my
Was he
grandmother.
John Wayne?
No, my grandmother was Jenny Lynn. My grandfather was John Wayne. So I got one of those Southern amalgam names. My name is John Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
John Lynn.
And then that old fellow on the
Y
end,
and 2 N's or Y and 1 N?
2 N's. The Lynn family.
The old man on the end. What about him? That's your
That
grandpa.
was the old Confederate fellow. And
He was-
that is my grandmother, Jenny Lynn.
Wow.
You said the guy in that photo was a Confederate?
She looks like she's a nurse.
This guy.
Yeah, he's that old?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, he was only like 28 during the Civil War. So
But he was a Confederate.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
From Southern Mississippi.
He was
From Southern
28
Mississippi.
and
No, he was a
65.
Polish Hussar.
Well,
Did he join at the beginning of the Civil War, or
let me be very clear about my language when I say this, John. Was he a Confederate or did he live in the Confederacy? There is
He was a Confederate soldier. He was an artillery officer.
There you go. That was my question, because I'm sure there were plenty of people who were just like, no.
there were?
There were a ton of people that were,
There
no.
have been conscientious objectors to
I
war
can
all throughout history.
send
Not
you some
everybody.
PDF textbooks if you want.
Please don't. I've got enough shit to read.
It's a pretty fast read.
That's okay. I used to have several gigs of PDF books on my computer.
But here's go ahead and I'll do it. Of course, I had family in the Confederacy, but I also have some family that was kind of, shall we say, of questionable lineage.
Why not?
Define.
No,
Am I missing something?
there's no question to it at this point.
Am I missing the joke here?
I have a
Probably.
lot of black family members. So,
Oh,
Yeah.
Is he black?
And being from Mississippi, that would be questionable limit.
technically, I believe she's Creole.
Yeah, that would be my bet.
You probably know better than I would. I only saw it.
Well, the nose and the eyes
Yeah,
are definite Creole.
and had the definite 60s hairstyle going on.
Yeah.
Definitely. That I could see.
Yeah, that's an old Pointer Sisters hairstyle right there.
Definitely.
Uh-oh, guess what, guys?
It's about that time.
We don't have enough.
We had enough time to play it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
And
that.
we're going to go right into the outro. So,
Yeah, pretty much. But thanks all of you guys for being here. It'd be a pretty boring show with just me, but seeing the family photos, we have taken Stupid O'Clock to a new level.
It's not
Indeed.
so stupid anymore.
This is what I like about this
See,
show.
we're gonna have to ruin
There is no agenda.
next
Yeah.
Thursday.
I'm
Next
upset that
Thursday,
I
we-
don't have any of Grandma's photos.
Next Thursday, we have to do something so stupid to make up for that.
Yeah. Well,
to make up for wholesome.
we got Jeffrey Hayes coming in, the artist with Plasma Fire Graphics.
Is he gonna tell some dick jokes?
I don't know.
It's not stupid enough then.
Put Blue Origin as the background if that happens.
Thanks, Carl. You have a good one, and we will see y'all
After show.
Thursday.
after show and Thursday.
Yay!
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand, and touched the face of God.